Palm Jumeirah, the world-famous island in Dubai for those who crave a taste of the high life. At its crescent, its newest crown jewel, Atlantis, the Royal. Today, in this haven for the ultra-rich, we are exploring a one-of-a-kind two-bedroom apartment. Hey guys, welcome to another episode of The Real Deal, the home of luxury homes in Dubai and beyond. I am your host Salvador, and today I'm really excited to showcase this incredible two-bedroom apartment in one of the most exclusive addresses in Dubai, Atlantis, the Royal. Now, I'm going to take you on a tour of this home, and you're going to see exactly what makes this two-bedroom apartment so special. This home has been completely done up from scratch by the owner and received the most incredible upgrades. I want to thank him, and I want to thank the listing agent for giving us access to this house so we can showcase to you what exactly makes it so special. Now, let's just get the basics down. The total area of this house is 1,926, making it one of the biggest two beds I have seen in Dubai, and the asking price is 23.5 million dirhams. That is approximately $6.4 million. But before we get talking about the features and the upgrades that this apartment has gone through that make it unique, I want to show you something that is outside, and that is this incredible view. Now, Dubai, you've seen it, whether you visit it or not, is pretty built up. There are not that many places here where you can get an infinite sea view. But here in the Palm Jumeirah, out separate from the mainland, we're on the crescent, which is the furthermost part of the palm, which means that facing this side, you're going to see nothing but ocean. So let's start here with the living room. We've got a beautiful 3.5 meter ceiling, and we've got this beautiful dining table, marble top as well, sits 6 people. When you have a two-bedroom apartment, it's probably the exact perfect size. You're still gonna have people over, you're still gonna be able to do dinner parties. You've got this beautiful cabinet piece that doubles as a shelf, and this is one of the examples of how the wood paneling has accented the original shapes and added a little bit more dynamism, making this a very sculptural apartment. And you will see all throughout a lot of sculptures that are laid out over in places, and the pieces themselves, like these rounded cabinets, they end up looking a little bit like sculptures. You will see this wooden tones in other pieces as well. For example, this chandelier over here, I find that to be a really nice piece, but not the only chandelier that's worthy of note. If we move over to the kitchen, we see that there's some very nice glass features as well. I really like this piece, this set of 4 over here. And I really like this counter as well. You will see from this side that it is indented, which means that if you're at a couple stools, it makes a perfect breakfast nook for more casual meals. Now, moving into the kitchen, it's important to emphasize that all the appliances are Gaggenau, which is one of the best brands. Everything is touch, and everything has been integrated to make it extremely seamless. You will barely notice it is there. One of my favorite features is actually this fridge. You won't even notice it's there. You won't see any handles, and yet you give it the slightest touch and it opens. And you see you've got a very extra large fridge over here. For a two-bedroom apartment, it'll definitely be more than enough, even if you're throwing a couple parties. Moving on to this little space here, you see you got a little laundry room. You got your washing machine over there, and you got some storage space that you can use for your laundry, or you can use for, you know, your tools and whatever that you don't want to be laying around the house. Moving into the powder room, again with that beautiful book-matched marble, big mirror, water closet, and a sink with a very sleek faucet that you'll barely notice. I really like that. Very functional use of the space. And we're gonna move into the master bedroom so that you can see how the palette changes very slightly as you go from room to room. you will sense a theme, and yet somehow it remains very muted, very harmonious, very sleek. So you will see that the dominant color of this master bedroom is green, which blends in really well with the natural finishes, such as the woods. And what I really like is that they've added a lot of texture across the spaces. You've got this, you might not be able to see it on camera, but you've got a very slight texture on the paint here. And then over on this side, similar to what you saw with the cabinet in the living room, they've added a little bit of ripple texture to that wall behind. And then on top, they've laid it over with this wooden paneling. And it just gives a little bit of roundness to the room, you know, makes it a little bit less angular, and architecturally makes it a little bit more interesting and concise. You've got a king size bed with an oversized bedpost, which kind of like creates a little nook, makes it cozy, wraps around the end table on that side. And then you've got a television as well. And for a master bed, you've got a ton of space. You've got a wardrobe over here. And then you've got another walk-in closet on your way to the master bathroom. And moving into the bathroom, see how neatly the space is organized? You've got an extra large bathtub that looks very sculptural because it's a single piece. You've got his and her sinks, and then you will see that both the water closet and the shower have been put in separate divisions with a snow-stained window glass partition. I know not everybody likes to take baths every day, so for those of you that prefer a shower, you've got a beautiful walk-in rainfall shower with a little stool that you can sit on. If you want to this is a great way to start your day. Probably a little bit of echo here, but you know, if you get off of bed and you're still kind of asleep and the first thing you got to do is to get in the shower, you know, at least you can do it sitting down while you wake up. I find that that's a very nice touch that not every bathroom's got. And I'm going to take you over to the guest bedroom, which is actually not that much smaller than the master bedroom you've just seen. It's still got an ensuite, and it's got a very interesting feature, which is the walk-in closet, which I will show you in a second. So the theme in this bedroom transitions to blue. While you don't have the rounded panels, you do still have that wooden paneling, and then right at the center, you've got that beautiful blue marble. I really like that. They've added a couple sculptures in between. You've got these little tasteful gold accents, just the right amount in my opinion. They've added a little bit of metal here and there as well to complete the circle of the stone and the woods. You've got a queen size bed, another TV. So every division in this house has a television. And I will add, by the way, that you've got a continuous balcony. So every division in this house will have its own balcony, but to maintain the privacy between each room, you will find a partition. So coming into the ensuite here, you'll find very interestingly that they've actually put the walk-in closet in the bathroom. Now, for those of you who are concerned about the humidity, the nice feature is that you can still close the walk-in closet. So anytime the bathroom is in use, you can just keep these closed. Thought I got stuck there for a second. And then similar to the master, you've got partitions for the water closet and for the shower. We're going to come back into the living room. Now, unfortunately, we cannot show you the common areas of the building because we have to respect the residents' privacy. But one of the questions we get very often is moving into such a luxurious building as the Royal Atlantis, which also functions as a hotel, do I have to be worried about privacy? And the answer is absolutely not. So the residences have a separate entrance to the hotel lobby, meaning that you can drive straight into your residence. You've got complimentary valet parking, you can walk straight in. So if you don't want anyone to know your location, where you're living, that is absolutely possible. If you've liked this video, don't forget to subscribe, hit the bell icon, and leave your comment. Do you think this house is fairly priced? Did you like it? What would you change? Let us know. Thank you very much.